I found this YouTube channel completely by accident. It popped up on my recommended with no views or subscribers, just plain Minecraft videos. Clearly, there was nothing special about this channel, but I clicked on the first video and I wish I hadn't, because what these videos held is one, if not the most tragic, disturbing stories I've ever documented on this channel. And it all begins with this one video, which starts off with Jasper inside a cave, making his way out and heading toward the base his friend Leon 8 built. They mention that they're pen pals, just starting to get to know each other, but they both admit it's rare for pen pals to stay close for this long, and it's clear that they genuinely get along. Everything feels completely normal. They talk about sports, music, favorite players. Jasper mentions that his father used to work for Formula 1, and Leon points out that the 8 on his skin represents his favorite American football player. Just small talk, the kind of conversation normal friends have. Jasper eventually steps outside and admits he's bored. They watch the sunset together, then head back inside to sleep. Everything seems ordinary, until Leon casually says this.
Why don't you get on HeraCraft? You can't possibly get bored of Minecraft if you have that.
Jasper, confused, asks what it is, since it sounds like a pirated copy of Minecraft, but it isn't.
It's a launcher where you can play on anyone's world. No matter if they're in single player or multiplayer, the server allows you to join.
This already sounds strange. You can't just join anyone's world out of nowhere, especially if they're in single player. But Leon also claims he had been trolling people for fun before he says he has to leave for a week, since he's going out of state, and the video ends. But this is where the mystery really begins. This is the Minecraft mod that went too far. So this is the mod Leon told me to get. I am going to give it a try. The second video begins with Jasper on what looks like the official HeraCraft website. He talks to us through text, saying it feels a little sketchy that it isn't hosted on CurseForge or Modrinth, the usual places people get their mods. Still, he decides to trust it since it looks good. A few seconds later, Jasper mentions that his computer is starting to lag, which is strange, but he goes ahead and downloads the mod anyway. The video cuts off right after that, continuing with the third one, where he is finally in the launcher. And even though I was skeptical at first, it actually looks legit. We see an entire interface, background world with their IPs, menus and a world feed. It almost feels like a real multiplayer hub. Jasper scrolls through the list, finding many worlds, way more than I initially thought. Some which are private and some with a connection. He scrolls all the way to the bottom and back to the top again. He clicks join on a world named World 1002 before the screen cuts to black and the video comes to an end. But video 4 is where things really start to change. Jasper loads into the world and everything looks normal, a standard spawn in an oak forest, until he spots something in the distance. A house. He is also clearly surprised that this mod actually works, and he moves closer before running all the way back and telling us that there is someone. And he's right, you can see the faint outline of another player's name tag. Jasper sneaks closer until he's right near the ruined portal, and this time we can clearly see the name tag of the other player. He loots the ruined portal, finding a sword inside, and whilst crouching, moves closer and closer to this player's base before going inside. Jasper tells us he wants to troll him and starts doing something rather interesting. He breaks his bed, digs 2 blocks underneath it before coming back up and placing his bed on top as if nothing happened. Jasper then attacks his dog and takes it out before quickly rushing to hide beneath the bed. The player, Sonny, just storms into the house, visibly agitated, asking what happened. He even says he built a base for his dog, though right as he's inspecting the room, Sonny breaks the bed. Instantly, Jasper leaves the game. The screen goes dark for a few seconds before resuming with Jasper back on the launcher. Clearly, that but didn't work out as well as he thought. Jasper clicks join on a different world. This time he's at spawn. Clearly this is a new world with barely any progress made. We also see this other player looking down at a cave. Although Jasper does something unexpected. He charges at the player and hits him down the cave. The player respawns, furious, asking him who he is, how he did not invite anyone, and that this is a single player world. But Jasper just tells him to chill since he's testing something and leaves the game before trying again and spawning in a taiga forest. He walks around the trees finding nothing before catching sight of something. Walking closer, it seems to be a pretty well-made base. The video comes to an end here, resuming at video 5. Jasper tells us that he has got some tools and explains that he made it so he can toggle sneak so it would be easier to go unnoticed. But the calm doesn't last. Within minutes, mobs start swarming him. Jasper sprints toward a nearby shipwreck, still being chased by a baby zombie. And that's when something strange happens. Phantoms. They shouldn't even exist yet. Phantoms only spawn after you've gone 3 in-game days without sleeping. And this is Jasper's first day on the world. So either he's been here longer than we've seen, or something isn't right. Jasper digs underground to shelter from the mobs, still confused about the phantoms, when suddenly a message appears in chat.
Edwin Winder, the difficulty has been set to peaceful.
Jasper pauses. What the hell? How did he do that? Well, he's the owner of the world, but why? He climbs out the hole and walks toward the base, where he makes some signs and takes a good look at the base before he says this. Man, I really don't want to ruin his world. I think I'll just join another world. It's clear that Jasper actually respects this place. He doesn't want to mess with it, but just as he's about to leave,
this is the last free trial for today. Are you sure you want to leave?
A system message from HeraCraft. Jasper clicks no and starts to lag, then tells us that he'll troll him a little bit. He starts small by breaking the crops in the farm nearby and says that he's going to open a door. He slowly makes his way to the front of the base and we can finally catch sight of the other player's name tag. Jasper opens the door and makes a run for it, sprinting out and hiding behind a tree, just moments before Edwin reaches the door. Edwin looks around confused and Jasper seems to find it funny. I mean, it is pretty funny to be fair. It's really hard to see how this could turn into the story it truly is. Jasper sneaks closer to the house again, this time breaking the door and going inside. He jokes a little more. Maybe I should take his dog like I did with the other player. Edwin seems to have gone to the same room we saw before, while Jasper rummages through the chest. He stops pretty quickly though, noticing how well organized everything is, and decides not to touch anything. He heads up the staircase instead, saying it would be funny to place a sign somewhere. He sets one down with the message, "You're alone." Jasper compliments his build, saying he can build very well, before going toward his name tag. Looking down at the library, Edwin just seems to be standing there. What is he even doing? Let's drop an item down. Jasper drops some wheat down and almost immediately Edwin reacts. Typing a question mark in chat, Jasper walks back downstairs since he wants to see Edwin's reaction to the sign and hides behind this copper statue, where the video comes to a close. Video 6 begins with Jasper back on the launcher, but this time something's noticeably different. There are no more worlds except for Edwin's one, and a new tab that wasn't there before, Sessions. Jasper doesn't say anything and just joins the world. The screen fades to black for a few seconds before loading back in the same place as before. Edwin's outside, meaning he might have already seen the sign, but he comes inside and climbs the stairs before typing out a question mark, though Jasper doesn't seem to be impressed enough with his reaction. Really? That's all he says? He needs to be trolled harder, I think. Edwin comes back down before returning upstairs with a sword. Jasper blocks off the stairs with some blocks and runs back to hide, saying that he has something to suspect now. He waits a little before Edwin comes back down again, this time breaking the blocks quickly before reacting with a little more frustration. He checks around the base, even coming extremely close to where Jasper is hiding, but doesn't find a thing. Eventually gearing up with full armor and heading back up, Jasper goes outside, this time with another plan.
Wait, maybe I can set up another sign. That makes him kinda scared.
Slowly he opens the door and places a sign inside.
Do you believe in HeraCraft?
Jasper says that this is gonna be priceless and heads outside again, hiding right out of sight, just enough to spy on Edwin. A few seconds pass with nothing interesting before Edwin comes back down and sees the sign.
Bro, what? Who is in my world?
Jasper laughs while Edwin continues to be confused. He doesn't stop there though. He goes to the room with the paintings, starts taking some of them down and places another sign.
Your world is not normal.
Jasper goes back out quickly, and not so soon after, Edwin walks straight into the room. He looks at the sign and goes back up, having almost no reaction before the video ends. So far, everything has been funny, nothing odd, nothing that really caught my eye, really just simple trolling. But if there is something wrong with this story, it has to be on the 7th video on the channel, an unlisted one, which is hidden in the description. Sessions.
I found something odd.
Jasper is back on the launcher and this time presses on the Sessions tab, where we see the dates and times Jasper joined Edwin's world, but something's off.
I'm sure I didn't join Edwin's world at 2 AM yesterday.
Looking at the times, we notice that it's wrong. It's either a bug or something is off, because why would 2 AM come after 4 PM? It should be before it. Jasper rubs it off as a bug before going back to the world feed, which still doesn't have any other world except for Edwin's. He says he wants to troll him more since there is no one else to troll, and joins the world. Edwin seems to be online, and Jasper breaks into the library again. Everything goes completely normally. Did you notice yet? The sign has changed. Jasper questions if he wrote it, but looking at the previous video, clearly it says something completely different. Did Edwin change this whilst Jasper was offline, or did it change itself? Which is impossible. Jasper heads up the ladder, luckily just avoiding Edwin, who seemed to hop into the library at the very moment he got up. Jasper drops down a block of powdered snow to be in the middle of the base, which is seemingly empty, only having 2 signs, which say emptiness is odd. He doesn't linger in the room for too long though, and goes through the door to a very small room with 2 more powdered snow blocks on the side. But Jasper just moves forward to the main lounge before Edwin comes downstairs. Luckily the room gives Jasper enough space to hide and he avoids being seen. Edwin grabs something from his chest and goes back up, though Jasper makes a risky move, heading out to the same chest, but he doesn't time it right. Edwin comes back down again, straight to the same spot. Jasper is standing only 2 blocks away, way too close. Conveniently, Edwin never turns around and walks outside, leaving Jasper relieved after such a close call. Jasper goes through some of the chests, this time taking a single lead and heading upstairs. Looking out the window, we notice that Edwin is starting to build something, and it's keeping him busy, so Jasper gets yet another idea. He takes his dog by the leash and goes down the stairs before...
I got the funniest idea. What is he even building?
Jasper literally hangs the dog in the air, attaching him onto the chandelier, before placing another sign which says HeraCraft is real. It's clear that Jasper wants to elevate the pranks now. Edwin's reactions are almost not enough. It's always like he's somewhat distracted by something else. Jasper goes outside, leaving the doors open, and climbs up a tree to spy on Edwin. Edwin's build looks almost like a lighthouse of some sort, and before the sun sets, he returns back home to see his dog hung.
My dog!
It's quite unusual how he never reacted to his doors being open. Jasper sneaks back inside the house, hiding right behind the staircase again, and tells us that he's going to go to the lighthouse, and he does just that. Makes his way through the trees all the way to Edwin's build. before breaking a part of it and running to the shipwreck where the video ends. And with 2 more videos left, you might be left thinking, how could things start to spiral? Well, there is only one way to find out. Video 8. Wait, no, this is not video 8. Upon rewatching the video again, I checked the transcript to find this, a sequence of numbers, and if you don't already know, this is another YouTube URL, though it didn't really lead anywhere. But if you invert the letters, every capital becomes lowercase and every lowercase becomes capital, we get led to this, the real video 8, change. Jasper walks away from the shipwreck straight to the house and goes inside, taking all of the paintings down before he notices that Edwin, who was in the house a few seconds ago, no longer seems to be there.
Where is he?
Jasper goes inside, heading upstairs, and looks out the window to see Edwin still building the lighthouse, although the sign has changed. This time, Jasper knows that he didn't type this out, since he clearly mentioned Herobrine on the sign. He even questions if Edwin writes the signs himself, and that is probably the only possible theory opposed to something supernatural. Jasper goes up to his 2 other dogs, this time hiding one inside the wall, before getting a different plan.
It's time to do a risky prank.
He goes outside, following the path until he sees Edwin on top of the lighthouse. Jasper throws an egg, failing twice trying to hit him off, before going to the lighthouse and breaking a few blocks. He runs straight to the path immediately, trying to escape being seen. And just like before, Edwin reacts with a normal reaction. Jasper places another sign. Herobrine thinks you're a noob. Before the screen goes black, it resumes with Jasper hiding behind a tree, waiting for Edwin to stumble across it, and a minute later, the sign has changed again. This is the 3rd time this has happened, and the only logical explanation is Edwin changing them himself. We never see him right-click the sign to edit it, but who else could change it? And more importantly, what do these messages mean? You remember what you did, you pretend it's fine, and now it won't fix what's broken. It seems like something isn't right with Edwin if he's the one writing these messages, but what Jasper said next made me see this from a completely different angle.
Why did my screen go black before too?
What if Jasper is the one behind this? What if he's tricking us, editing these signs himself? And if the signs do mean something, how much context are we missing here? The video ends, and with 2 more left, we have to be close. Video 9 begins on the launcher, and the timings seem to have been fixed. Jasper presses play and goes inside the house, where he looks through the chest one more time. This time, finding a spyglass, he breaks a door and heads upstairs, entering the hallway above the library. Jasper places down another sign, this time with nothing other than a boo, before the video cuts to black and resumes with Jasper zooming into the lighthouse, which Edwin seems to have just completed. Edwin comes back into the house and Jasper makes an escape by breaking the glass. We notice that Edwin hasn't even reacted to the door being broken, and he just goes upstairs. Jasper continues to do things, messing up the house, before this happens. A very close call. It's almost unbelievable how Edwin didn't notice him, even though Jasper was standing right in front of him. Edwin goes back upstairs and Jasper follows, and very quietly keeps going, blocking up the hallway and making his way to the room he placed the sign, although For the fourth time, the sign has changed. This time with the message, "Stop hiding from it." Jasper heads out of the room, placing a sign with a question this time. "What do you mean by your messages? They confuse Herobrine." A question we need to know, though it's clear that Jasper still wants to troll him. The video cuts to black right after he clicks done and resumes at the same place. This time, Jasper is facing away from the sign and starts spamming the door to get Edwin's attention before quickly jumping into the library. Though as the seconds pass, we still get no reaction. Edwin comes downstairs and heads to the lighthouse, even missing the mess that Jasper created. Something doesn't seem right, or Edwin is just ignoring him. The sign has changed again, and I have more to prove that this had to be Jasper. Notice how almost every time he types a sign, the screen goes black. This time specifically, he was facing away from the sign to make us believe that he didn't edit it. But what do these messages even mean? It doesn't make sense. The video ends with Edwin patching up a part of the lighthouse, a part that Jasper doesn't recall breaking. But these signs are the most intriguing part for me. You never learn to save who. We are missing so much of this story. I don't think just one video can give us all the answers, right? Looking at the description, we see this. Only 3 waves seemed calm. Other angles echoed, crashing 7 shadows. 7 gone, ghosts await. I was even more confused by this. What are the 3 waves? What are the 7 shadows? What does any of this mean? Well, looking closer, I realized something. If you take the capitalized letters and numbers from each fragment, you get this. Another YouTube URL. What is this? It's my fault. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I'm sorry. I am sorry I couldn't save you. This is the only game that keeps me. It waits behind that door. Words change when I blink. I don't want to do this. Even the walls turn away. Sorry, Father. What was that room? Who wrote this? What does this mean? Who couldn't they save? If Edwin really wrote those signs, then something is seriously wrong. This isn't just some strange Minecraft mod anymore. There's emotion behind these words. Guilt, fear, almost like a confession. What waits behind that door? And sorry, Father, was this directed at someone real? Or are these messages meant for us? Every video felt like we were getting closer to understanding what's happening, but this one feels different, as if we weren't supposed to see it at all. Something dark is hiding behind these videos, and I'm not sure Edwin wanted anyone to find out. The video ends here, and with one final video left, this has to be it. Jasper logs onto the world and we immediately notice that something isn't right. His entire inventory is empty, but that is when we get this. I am not enough. Jasper walks closer to the door and sees this. A whole chunk erased. Half of Edwin's house just gone. Edwin doesn't stop though. No one even likes me. No one cares. I suck at everything. Something's wrong. Everything escalated so quickly. Edwin seems to be breaking down. Jasper comes face to face with a sign in the base, and we see a final message. There is nothing left for you to build. Go. Edwin walks downstairs, and this time Jasper doesn't even try to hide. Edwin just looks at the sign, completely ignoring Jasper, and runs outside. Jasper, for the first time, sends a message and chases after him. He asks him if he's okay, but Edwin doesn't respond. He keeps running straight through the path toward the lighthouse, which also appears destroyed. Jasper types, desperately trying to get his attention.
I was just trolling you. Why did you break your base?
But Edwin doesn't say a single word, and he jumps off the lighthouse before logging off. Though Jasper doesn't disconnect, somehow he still seemed to be on the world, and he climbs the lighthouse to see a barrel, and inside that barrel is a book. The light bent, always far away. Father said it will guide, but tonight the tower hums differently. I hear the voice in the corner of the wind. It speaks my name wrong. I did not answer. I have walked the same plank 3 times. I turn, and yet I do not leave. The stones below do not break the fall. They wait. That's it. That's all we got. What happened to Edwin? What is the meaning of this book? The story can't possibly just end here, right? Who is the father Edwin keeps mentioning? Who is the voice in the corner of the wind? Is it Jasper? Well, it can't be. Jasper himself tried to ask him if he's okay. How did something that started as a simple prank, a few signs, a bit of trolling, lead to this? This cannot be over, and I won't stop till I find the answer. I watched the video again to see if I missed something, and came across this. Notice how it says NC USA. Could that be Edwin's location? I switched my VPN to North Carolina and started searching for his name, but nothing came up. Though I remembered something which made me take a different approach. Jasper mentioned that he was pen pals with Leon, which means he might have been on pen pals. So I loaded up the site, typed in his Minecraft username, and there he was, Jasper44. But there was something wrong.
I should have stopped when the signs changed. I regret everything. It wasn't me. I would never do such a thing. Be aware on who you trust, please.
This is already ominous. What type of thing is he talking about, and who did Jasper trust in the first place? Well, upon searching his name tag on Google, I came across a news blog from NC, a blog on cyberbullying written by Jessica Devereux. The first few paragraphs seemed normal, filled with general information on online harassment.
Online play and social platforms give people ways to connect and build communities, but they also open doors for harassment and cruelty. Cyberbullying can appear as repeated insults, stalking, humiliation, or group harassment campaigns. It affects both young and adult players across gaming and social platforms.
But I wish I never scrolled down.
A tragedy close to home. Authorities in North Carolina are investigating the death of 19-year-old Edwin Winder, who was found lifeless near the rocks of the Bodie Island lighthouse. A note in his pocket contained only 2 words, "Sorry, father." Investigators discovered that Mr. Winder had been playing Minecraft and was the target of repeated in-game messages that became increasingly personal. A player named Jasper44 from Florida was arrested on suspicion of cyberbullying after police reviewed video evidence posted online. Those videos were found on his YouTube channel and showed activity on Winder's private world that matched the messages found before his death.
Edwin is dead. He was found dead near a lighthouse, and looking back at those final videos, something was obviously falling apart. But how does it escalate from strange behavior to this? Jasper has been arrested on suspicion too. He's the only person they believe could have done this, the supposed proof being his own videos. But something feels off. The timeline doesn't match, and some of Jasper's actions in the recordings seem to happen while he was offline. But what did the note in Edwin's pocket mean? Well, there is more to the story.
Remembering Edwin Winder, a quiet life and a tragic end.
Edwin was described as a quiet, thoughtful young man by his friends who spent most of his time at home, coding small projects and playing games. Though when he was 13 years old, tragedy struck. His father, who was a maintenance worker at the lighthouse, lost his life trying to save the family's dog that had fallen near the rocks. Edwin blamed himself for not reacting quickly enough to help, and clearly the guilt never left. But that wasn't the end of it for Edwin. After his father's death, things got harder. His mother moved away, leaving him with his older brother, Daniel, who often worked long hours out of town. And by his brother's own words, he was hiding too much pain and might have thought that it was already too late. So that's it. Jasper knowingly or unknowingly forced Edwin to his limit, and now is in custody for the actions he might have committed. But I wanted to dig deeper. I don't think this is the end. Looking closer at what we just read, we see this. In the weeks leading up to his death, Edwin had been active online, particularly in well-known Minecraft servers like Hypixel and Donut SMP. Investigators believe that repeated messages and harassment may have worsened his mental state. Some of these exchanges reportedly became personal, targeting his father's death and isolation. Looking at the bigger picture now, these signs, you remember what you did, you pretend it's fine, it won't fix what's broken, stop hiding from it, and finally you never learned to save anyone, sounds targeted. But if these were written by Jasper, how could he have known about Edwin's personal life? Keep in mind, Jasper lives in Florida, almost 600 miles away, and apart from the possibility of them knowing each other online, this sounds impossible. Although I visited the first post on cyberbullying and found something that gave us a huge hint. Investigators say that the launcher used to access the world, called HeraCraft, cannot be found anywhere online. It appears to have been a private mod distributed only through direct links, and may have been used to exploit or infiltrate other players' private worlds. Authorities have not confirmed who created it, and this is when it clicked. Going to the very beginning of the story, we know exactly who gave Jasper the mod as a recommendation, and if it's not public, only distributed through direct links, this could be made by the very person who recommended it, Leon, though we don't know much about him. I ended up taking 5 whole hours going through everything, trying to find a single trace of Leon's name, to get nothing. Before I had an effective idea, I contacted a moderator on Penpals, asking him to link me to Leon's account. And he did, but that wasn't all. He even gave me a whole list of people Leon talked to over the year. There was a lot to go through, but something had to be here. And after almost taking the whole night scrolling through these chat logs, I found something in a chat Leon had with someone named Paul. And this needed to be enough proof.
Dude, I finally finished it. It's finally time to take revenge on those noobs.
Let's go, bro. I want to test it. What did you name it?
HeraCraft. Here is a link to the download. I disabled search engine indexing so no one can find it.
Holy crap, man. You actually did this? How did you hack those guys? Also, did you get that Edwin dude who kept calling you a noob in Bed Wars, and the rest too?
I somehow hacked them. Yeah, I want to get rid of that Edwin dude first. I'm currently finding someone to do the job for me.
LEMMiNO, great. Good luck, man. Go show him what happens if he messes with us. Leon was the one who made HeraCraft, and we can assume he made it for a single purpose: exterminate Edwin and the rest who insulted him. It also explains why he became friends with Jasper in the first place. It wasn't a friendship, it was a setup, a perfect way to make Jasper look like the one tormenting Edwin. The pieces fit. Jasper told us he wasn't online at 2 AM. There were other times too. HeraCraft gave Leon access, a way to slip into Jasper's account and make it look like he was the one doing everything. A complete frame job. Leon might have taken someone's life and Jasper could be completely innocent. But what about the rest? Does that mean Leon plans to do the same to them too? This cannot be right. This is a crime. We cannot let anyone else share the same fate as Edwin. We cannot let... Hey, did you really know my brother? I found your username in one of his old accounts.
Yeah, man, I would help you keep his legacy alive. I actually have something he was working on. Wanna see?
For real? I'd appreciate that. He never talked much to at the end.
Download this. It was important to him. HeraCraft.
Leon isn't done.